Just 8 minutes a day can change everything. The power of pray. We all have big dreams, don't we? Plans that stir our hearts, goals that keep us awake at night, and ambitions that feel like they're just within reach, but somehow they remain unfinished. Maybe you've been working hard to start that business, write that book, mend a broken relationship, or simply find peace in your busy life. You've poured in your effort, your time, and your energy. You're smart, you're driven, and yet something still feels incomplete. Have you ever stopped to wonder why? Let me share a gentle thought with you. It might not just be about your effort. As human beings, we're amazing. We can create, dream, and push ourselves to incredible heights. But there's a limit to what we can do on our own. Sometimes, no matter how hard we try, we need a little extra help, a touch of grace from something bigger than ourselves. For me, and maybe for you too, that grace comes from God. And here's the beautiful part. All it takes is 8 minutes a day, just 8 minutes of prayer to invite that grace into your life and see His blessings unfold. The weight of unfinished dreams. Think about it for a moment. What's that one big thing you've been carrying in your heart? Maybe it's a dream you've had since you were a kid, like becoming a teacher who inspires the next generation, or building a home where your family can feel safe and loved. Or maybe it's something quieter, like finding the courage to forgive someone who hurt you, or rediscovering joy after a tough season. Whatever it is, it's important to you. And yet it's still sitting there, waiting. I get it. Life gets in the way. One day you're ready to take the leap, and the next you're swamped with bills, deadlines, or unexpected challenges. You tell yourself, I'll get to it tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week, then next month. Before you know it, that dream feels heavier, like a backpack full of rocks you're lugging around. You might even start doubting yourself. Am I good enough? Do I have what it takes? Here's the truth. You're not alone in this. Everyone, yes, even the most successful people, has moments where their plans stall. The difference is, some of them discover a secret weapon. They don't rely on their strength alone. They turn to prayer, to God, and they let Him carry what they can't. Why we need more than hard work. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I knew someone named Sarah. She was the kind of person who could light up a room, smart, hardworking, and always chasing her goals. Sarah dreamed of opening a small bakery, a cozy little place where people could come for warm cookies and a friendly smile. She had the recipes, the business plan, even the perfect location picked out. For months, she worked late nights, saved every penny, and studied how to make it happen. But every time she got close, something went wrong. A loan fell through, a supplier backed out, or she just felt too exhausted to keep going. One day, I found her sitting on her porch, staring at a notebook full of scribbled ideas. She looked defeated. I don't get it, she said. I'm doing everything I can. Why isn't it working? I didn't have all the answers, but I asked her, have you tried praying about it? She laughed a little, like it sounded too simple. But she was desperate enough to give it a shot. Sarah started small, just 8 minutes each morning, sitting quietly with a cup of coffee, talking to God about her dreams, her fears, her bakery. She didn't ask for a miracle right away. She just asked for strength, for guidance, for peace. And slowly things began to shift. She met someone who knew a baker willing to mentor her. A friend offered to help with the loan paperwork. Most importantly, Sarah felt a calm she hadn't known before, like she wasn't carrying the weight alone anymore. Today, her bakery's doors are open, and she'll tell you it wasn't just her hard work that got her there. It was grace. What prayer really does. You might be thinking, okay, but how does prayer actually help? I've got real problems. 8 minutes isn't going to fix my bank account or finish my project. And you're right. Prayer isn't a magic wand. It's not about snapping your fingers and watching everything fall into place. It's deeper than that. It's about connection, surrender, and trust. When you take those 8 minutes to pray, you're doing something powerful. You're stepping out of the driver's seat for a moment. You're saying, God, I've done what I can, but I need you now. It's like handing over the reins to someone who sees the bigger picture, someone who knows where the road leads, even when you're lost in the fog. And in that quiet space, you start to feel lighter. The worries don't disappear, but they don't crush you anymore. The dreams don't vanish, but they feel possible again. Prayer also changes you. It's not just about asking for things. It's about listening, reflecting, and finding clarity. Maybe you've been stuck because you're chasing the wrong goal or pushing too hard when you need to rest. In those 8 minutes, God can whisper to your heart, guiding you toward what's truly meant for you. It's like tuning a radio. The static fades and the signal gets clear. How to start? 8 minutes of peace. So how do you do it? You don't need fancy words or a perfect setting. You don't even need to be religious in some big formal way. All you need is a willingness to try. Here's a simple way to start. 1. Find your spot. Pick a quiet corner, your couch, your car, a park bench, somewhere you can breathe for a moment. 2. Set a timer. Just 8 minutes. It's short enough to fit into your day, but long enough to feel meaningful. 3. Talk like a friend. Prayer isn't about performing. It's about being real. Tell God what's on your mind. I'm scared I'll fail. I'm tired of waiting. I want this so bad. Please help me. Whatever's true for you, say it. 4. Listen. After you talk, sit still for a bit. You might not hear a booming voice, but you might feel a nudge, a sense of peace, an idea, a little spark of hope. 5. Let go. End by handing it over. God, I trust you with this. Show me the next step. Then get up and go about your day. That's it. No rules, no pressure. Just 8 minutes to connect with the one who made you, who knows your dreams better than you do. Real-life grace in action. Let's imagine another example. Meet James, a single dad juggling 2 jobs and raising a spirited 10-year-old. His big dream? To take his daughter on a trip to see the Grand Canyon, something they'd talked about since she was little. But money was tight, time was scarce, and every attempt to plan the trip fell apart. James felt like he was letting her down, and it ate at him. One night, after tucking her in, he sat at the kitchen table, head in his hands. He wasn't a big prayer guy, but he remembered his mom used to pray when things got tough, so he tried it. Just 8 minutes. God, I don't know if you're listening, but I want to give her this. I can't do it alone. He kept it up, night after night. And then, things started moving. A coworker offered him extra hours, a friend gifted him some camping gear, and a random discount popped up for a campsite near the canyon. Last summer, James and his daughter stood together watching the sunset over that vast, beautiful place. He'd tell you it wasn't luck, it was grace. The bigger picture. Here's what I've learned. Our dreams matter to God. The things you're longing to finish, the plans you've held on to, they're not just random thoughts. They're part of who you are, and God put them in you for a reason. But He never meant for you to carry them alone. That's why prayer is so powerful. It's your lifeline to the one who can breathe life into what feels stuck. Think of it like planting a seed. You can dig the hole, water the ground, and sit in the sun all day, but you can't make it grow. That part's out of your hands. Prayer is like trusting the soil to do its work, knowing God's got the rest. And when the time's right, you'll see the sprout, a challenge for you. So, here's my challenge. Try it. For 1 week, give God 8 minutes a day. Talk to Him about that unfinished dream, the one that's been tugging at you. Be honest, be messy, be you. Then watch what happens. Maybe the door you've been knocking on finally opens. Maybe you find the strength to keep going. Or maybe you just feel a peace that's been missing for too long. Whatever it is, it's worth those 8 minutes. We're human. We're limited. But with God's grace, there's nothing we can't face. Your dreams don't have to stay unfinished. Take that small step today, 8 minutes, and let Him take it from there. You might be amazed at what unfolds. After watching, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. I have many good videos to share. Learn to give, and God will give you peace.